Well, it is late October. It's hunting season. And just last night was the first time I sat out. I saw like, 8 or 9 deer at about 220 yards out. And in Michigan, it's still bow season, so there was just a good time to watch. I had a little buck fawn. He came in 30 yards. He was there about an hour. I think I was out in the woods an hour and a half. So basically right after I got sat down and situated, here he comes walking down my trails. It was exciting to see. He hit the water hole for a little while, and then he hit the food plot and kind of fed his way back to where he came from. There were some crazy cats making some weird noises. I don't know if they were fighting or maybe they were in heat. Maybe just one in heat. Maybe there's going to be kitten babies running around. I don't know. So I decided, I have not shot my bow in a couple years, but I have a loner crossbow, and I decided I should just give it a shot. And I'm glad that today, during the afternoon hours, I just decided to throw a few bolts at the target, because I quickly realized that I'm hunting at 30 yards to the water hole. That's kind of my main attraction. And I was sighted in at 20 yards. And if I'm aiming for that back of the shoulder meets the belly, that's my spot that I'm supposed to aim at with a bow or a crossbow, assuming that they're going to drop before the penetrating hit happens. If I would have shot at 30 yards with a 20-yard pin, I would have been 5 inches under, and that would have maybe hit brisket, maybe not. So paced out another 10 yards, threw a couple downrange, got myself dialed in. I'm ready again. I have a 30-yard pin. I have a 20-yard pin with this little red dot scope. And I just am going to say, for now, 30 yards will be my max. So until I get my muzzle loader out, this is what I'll be hunting with. It's a Horton HD 175. I've got some fixed blade, replaceable blade broadheads, and I just assembled those with brand new blades. I do believe I got it right. I've got a little O-ring washer right there holding it down, and then I've got my retaining nut keeping everything snug. I do believe that's the way I was supposed to do it. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. There's a spot on my property right on the edge of a swamp that I've never hunted, and I found a couple main trails, and there is a ladder stand over there, and so I might sit there a couple afternoons. It's about a, mile or so from the house. And so I guess we'll see if I feel like walking that far. My normal stand is like 300 yards off the back of my house. So 300 yards versus a mile is definitely a different type of hunt, but I'd like to see what kind of stuff comes in or out of those trails on the edge of that swamp. It's a spot that I can only bow hunt. It's too close to a neighboring house, and so I can't gun hunt it. And since I've never bow hunted successfully, I've never bow hunted at this property, it's just something that's kind of new to me. I have no trail cams over there, so I kind of scouted that area last year. There's a ton of buck beds all over the place, big beds, and they're all solo beds, but it's pretty apparent that there's some big rubs. I didn't see any ground scrapes. It'd be really cool to be able to hunt one of those, but I am also limited on ladder stands. I don't have a climber, and the ladder stand is where it is for this season. Maybe if I just sit a few nights and kind of get accustomed to the area, maybe I'll decide where I want to move it. But happy hunting, y'all. Hopefully I can get some good footage of something that comes in, and hopefully I can bag myself a couple early season deer. I guess it's not early season anymore, but being mainly a gun hunter, it's still early to me.